Welcome to 504 Road Trips. Today's trip takes us down Canal Street and Canal Boulevard in New Orleans. We're going to go all the way to Lake Pontchartrain. This is the foot of Canal Street. To our right is the Canal Street Ferry, which takes you to Algiers, and to the left is Harrah's Casino.
If the road continued to the right, it would take you into the Mississippi River. People who have never visited New Orleans before, Canal Street is kind of considered a destination. You're in the heart of the French Quarter or the Central Business District, depending on what you're here for. A lot of the Mardi Gras parades run down this street as well. Next street we're approaching now is Bourbon Street, world famous canal and Bourbon. This street is often closed to automobile traffic, open to pedestrians only in the evenings. That's where it's at, the nightlife in New Orleans. Just watch your wallet. And on our right, approaching the next intersection, is the Sanger Theater. It was destroyed in Katrina, as many things were. It was recently completely rehabilitated, and it's beautiful inside. It has maintained its old world charm. The ceiling is painted like the night sky, and it has stars lit up.
Right now we're getting ready to cross Claiborne Avenue, and the overpass that you see up ahead is I-10. To the right, that goes towards Lake Pontchartrain, Slidell, and to the left it goes to Baton Rouge.
On the left is a large hospital complex. It It's called University Medical Center of New Orleans. It combines 2 medical schools, a nursing school, and a pharmacy school. They were all separate entities before Hurricane Katrina. And also, right now on the left is the soon-to-be VA Medical Center. They decided that moving them all into a central location would be beneficial to all of the properties, since they did tend to use each other, and they were located all over different parts of the city before Hurricane Katrina in 2005. And the medical center just opened about 2 months ago.
In that area, about 100 square blocks of residential housing was demolished to make way for the new medical center. Most of it was damaged in Hurricane Katrina. Some of the buildings were salvaged, some of them were deemed to be historical, so they relocated some of those buildings.
You may notice the streetcar that travels in the, well, I'm not a local. It's the neutral ground here. I call it the median, but it's the neutral ground here. Travels a long portion of the area up Canal to the street that we're crossing now, which is Carrollton, and it turns on Carrollton, and it travels north once we get to Carrollton here. It does also continue to go straight on Canal as well.
Right now we're getting into the Cemeteries district. As we come up to this intersection up here, which is going to be Canal Street and City Park Avenue, there's 5 or 6 major cemeteries all at this one junction. We're going to make a jog to the right on City Park Avenue and then a left turn onto Canal Boulevard and continue through Lakeview to Lake Pontchartrain.
may notice that the tombs are all above ground in these cemeteries, and that is because in New Orleans the water table is so high you can't bury anybody. There are parts of New Orleans that are below sea level. A lot of it is right at sea level, and as a result you have to put everybody has to be interred above ground, or else they'll come above ground when it rains. We're now in a neighborhood called Lakeview. This part of town received a lot of damage from Hurricane Katrina. It's very near Lake Pontchartrain, and one of the levees failed, which caused a great deal of flooding. Some of these houses took in over 10 feet of water. As a result of all the water, the roads in this neighborhood are rather roller coaster like. So if you notice yourself feeling a bit car sick watching the video, that's why. And we're going under Interstate 610, which is kind of a bypass of the Central Business District. If you are coming from the east or west and you don't need to go into the city, you can take 610 and kind of bypass it. Now this street is normally more tree lined. We are filming, it's early January right now. The trees that have green on them are evergreen trees and the palm trees. A lot of the trees have lost their leaves, and that's why it kind of seems a little bit bleak right now. This is a really beautiful street to drive down in the summertime when all of the trees have leaves. And it's very green. This is a really pretty area of town.
Now when we say it's wintertime and the trees have lost their leaves, today's January 9th and it's about 70 degrees. The coldest day we've had this winter, I believe it got down around 40 degrees, but that's only happened a couple of days so far this year. Right now we're at the corner of Robert E. Lee Boulevard, and this is just about the end of Canal Boulevard. A few blocks in front of us is Lake Pontchartrain.
This is where the roads get really bad.
The roads are bad from a combination of all these old oak trees, and this whole area was under about 10 feet of water.
It has recovered nicely. All the houses that you see are, for the most part, from pre-Katrina. They gutted everything out and basically gutted it to the studs and replaced the innards of the homes. Very little here is new construction.
We're getting ready to cross over one of the storm protection levees. This levee protects the city from Lake Pontchartrain, which is not where the water came from in Hurricane Katrina. It came from the canals that are supposed to drain the city. So right now we're at the end of Canal Boulevard at Lakeshore Drive, and this concludes our video. Thanks for watching.